Hey, okay, so this is an experiment. I have a couple of friends who are always asking me for my Bliss ball recipe, and I was like, I'm just gonna make a video and I'll put it up on the Subtle Yoga Resilience Society and you can try it out. And by the way, if you have recipes that you want to share, I am like no chef, but I love cooking, but I'm not a chef at all. I'm just a cook. But if you have recipes you want to share, like, it's kind of fun to make a video, right? And share what you love. So I love making Bliss balls. And if you don't know what that means, it's like making your own kind of power bars, I guess you could say. And one of the ingredients I like to use is cashews. So these are cashew pieces. You could also do this with like slightly salted and roasted cashews if you want that flavor in it. I'm gonna put this in my Cuisinart. My Cuisinart I inherited from my mom's good friend who his wife passed away, and she had never used this Cuisinart, and I've had it for 20 years and I use it all the time. Now it makes a god-awful horrible noise when I turn it on, so plug your ears. Okay, so that's the beginning of the Bliss balls, right? That took like 15 seconds. I always do the cashews first, because if I do other things, then the cashews don't get fine enough, and I like them nice and kind of finely ground up. Now that was a cup, by the way, 1 cup of cashews. This is a half a cup of pumpkin seeds, which by the way are really good for menopausal women, and a half a cup of sunflower seeds, lots of good protein. I'm gonna stick those in my Cuisinart. Make another god-awful noise, sorry. Okay, so that's the base of it, and then we want to add something to make it a little more interesting. By the way, none of what I put in there, everything was raw, so I'm going to put a little salt in. Maybe about 1/4 teaspoon. I kind of, guesstimated it, because that's the kind of cook I am. And then this, I don't know if you can see it, is a cup of shredded coconut. I don't like to use the kind from the bulk bins, because I find it kind of stale. So I always buy like fresh, here's some organic shredded coconut. I buy the fresh stuff at Whole Foods that's in well, it's not really fresh, but I mean it's dehydrated, it's in a bag, so it doesn't get as stale. So anyway, that goes in there next, and I think that's almost it. I'm gonna mix that up. That doesn't need much time. Okay, now you gotta get something to glue it together, right? So my favorite thing for that is tahini. I'm going to use about 2 to 3 tablespoons for that. 2 to 3 tablespoons-ish ought to do the trick. Sometimes I put a little more in, sometimes I put a little less. This is around 2 to I love tahini. Tahini and sesame seeds are full of calcium. And tahini is really versatile. You can make sweet things with it. You can make savory things with it. This is kind of a little bit in the middle. Now the other gooey thing I'm putting in here this is my secret ingredient. It's about 3 tablespoons of apple butter. I buy organic apple butter, and the reason I started using this is because I used to use dates in these, and then I found out dates are so full of sugar. And this is a significant amount of sugar, but maybe 10 grams. And I really try to limit my sugar because I can get like a little bit of hypoglycemia. Like I have to be careful with sugar. It's not good. I have diabetes in my family. Like I try to really limit my sugar. This is like my sweet thing when I want something sweet. I can reach for one of these balls, and it's so full of energy. I mean, it's like got a lot of calories. Okay, so with the apple butter, with tahini, and as you can see, it kind of makes it sticky. That's what you want, because you want the stickiness to get it together. With the Cuisinart, what I find is sometimes I have to shut it off and give it I love my rubber spatula. That solves all my problems. So give it a little bit of a spatula there. Scrape everything down. Give it another whirl. I mean, can you see how fast this is? Like this video is not even 5 minutes yet. It's so fast to make these. There's no reason not to make them. Now some people like to put a little vanilla in it, or you could put cinnamon if you wanted to give it a little bit, something a little more. I'm gonna give it one more spatula here, although it's in pretty good shape. Now it's just about ready to be rolled up, because that's the next thing you're going to do if you're making these is roll balls from them. And these are sesame seeds. I did not toast them, but sometimes I toast them or buy them toasted. And then I'm going to roll the balls in these so they look a little prettier. So here's the consistency of it. You see that? It's like already gooey. So you can make them as big as you want. I try to make them like, I don't know, the size of maybe, what's that, like a ping pong ball size, something like that. And then you can give it a little roll in your sesame seeds, make it a little prettier. It reminds me of sweets that I used to eat when I lived in Asia. And that's what it looks like when it's done. And you can, I put it in a little glass dish, and you know, I keep them in the fridge. Sometimes when I make a lot, I actually put them in the freezer. So like this one I made much too big, but it's okay. Sometimes it's nice to have different sizes. If I'm hungry, I want a bigger one. If I'm less hungry, I take a smaller one. Roll them in here. So this rolling part, I'm not gonna make you stick around for the rolling part. It will take me about 10 minutes to finish rolling them. Then I have these nice little energy balls. They're full of protein. You know, they got a lot of fat too, but the fat's good. That's really good, particularly for menopausal women. What's not good is the sugar, right? So the sugar, I probably have maybe, I mean, coconut has a little bit of sugar, but maybe in all of those balls, which I'll probably get about, I don't know, 20 out of that batch. And there's definitely less than 1 gram of sugar for each one, which is amazing, you know. So if you don't like them because they're not sweet enough, you could always add a little extra dates or some more of the apple butter. The apple butter is like my secret ingredient. Okay, hope that was fun. Try them, see if you like them. If you got a recipe, please add it to, please make a video and add it. Bye.